Ciao a tutti. Welcome to Andiamo with the Applebees. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope that you had a chance to check out our first video. We did it last week. Today we're going to cover...
What are we covering today? Who are we? Like, who are these crazy Californian teachers who think they're going to move to Italy? Us!
And why Italy,
Italy?
Of the many wonderful places on the planet, and we live in one of those places.
So that's where we're going to start today, and so let's jump into who we are. So I'm Wendy.
And I'm Mike.
And we're the Applebees.
Yeah, the Applebees.
We are dreamers. We are romantics.
Hopeless.
We are hopeless romantics. We're adventurers.
And we're learners, being teachers.
We do like learning.
We're from Southern California, and we
Originally
came 20 years ago on this
it's more than
trip.
20. We've been here for 30 years.
Try that again.
No, it's fine. Keep going.
We've
been married for almost 30 years. Do you remember that?
Oh,
We're
gosh,
celebrating
yeah.
30 years this summer, and we're actually going to Italy to celebrate. So we've been here for 30 years, my love.
Yeah, so from we're from SoCal, and we did this trip many years ago to say, hey, where might we like to raise kids, to have our first adventure.
Yeah, so we took a road trip and we drove to Northern California because we love the mountains and we wanted to be closer to the mountains. So we drove to Northern California and we found a darling town in the gold country in the Sierra Nevada foothills and went, this feels like home. And so, we've already essentially relocated away from our family. Mm-hmm. It's only 500 miles, not 6,000 miles,
right.
But it's a start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing that you're going to find out about us is we're a little nutty, a little silly, spontaneous dance parties. We sing, and we're just spontaneous.
Yeah.
We try to be.
We like to have fun, and we like to be silly. I mean, if you ask any of our students or any of our children, they'll go, yeah, they're a little wackadoodle.
You know what I think sometimes?
What do you think?
Oh, I want to be a dog.
But, I think you have to be a bit nutty to want to
pack up and
move 6,000 miles to a country where you don't speak the language or you don't really know anyone or the culture. Yeah.
And being teachers, lifelong learners, that's been true for us. We like to try new experiences.
And this year, we actually are teaching together.
So fun.
And it's been a blast. And in fact, ideas for doing videos kind of came from teaching together when we were doing distance learning, and we had to do a lot of
COVID.
Teaching videos, and we're like, hey, this is actually kind of fun. So we love to learn. We just, that's part of who we are. We've had to learn a lot this year teaching COVID style. We've taught distance learning. We've taught kids in the classroom part-time, some at home. We even taught students in the classroom. We were at home because we were on quarantine. We got exposed to COVID.
Yeah.
So we were teaching via video while the kids were at school. Yeah, that was something
We've done
else.
It all. So another experience that we love is sailing. And about 15 years ago, we embraced the idea of, wow, you could get on a ship and go off into the vast blue
yonder.
Wild blue yonder. And Italy has a lot of ocean around
a lot
it,
of water around
being
it.
a peninsula.
Yeah.
So we're excited about possibly having a boat as a little second home and tootling. Upwards of 30 knots of wind. We are cooking with gas.
So you might be wondering why
Italia.
Italia. Well, hello, like La Dolce Vita. That means the sweet life.
Very romantic.
Well, but the sweet life, like everything is just I don't know, savored and the passion and
looking for the beauty in all things.
And we just want to experience that too. And I think you could probably have La Dolce Vita anywhere because it's probably more of a mindset than a place.
Yeah.
But we hear that it really, really exists in Italy.
Yeah. And we've experienced it firsthand when we went on a trip years ago to Italy, and it left such an impression that we've spoken of it and reminisced about it many times. One time in Venice we didn't take the tour and we just wandered the streets and kind of pretended that we were Venetian and what would it be like, and
grab a cafe here. Going to Florence and the art and the museums and the beauty of it all, just everywhere you go, the architecture, it's almost like being in a movie.
I think when you walk around any of the old towns, it seems like there's a story to be told.
Another reason Italy is appealing to us is the climate is similar to where we live now. You have the mountains, you have the sea, and just the landscapes, the beauty in the landscapes. I mean, if you just Google pictures of Italy, you know that each region is different, but each has its own beauty that is just mesmerizing. The hilltop towns,
castles,
the castles. When we see pictures of the little cobblestone streets and the terraced houses and
views.
We need to learn the Italian word for views.
We do.
Yes.
Il cibo
Il cibo
is food. Let's talk about that. There's the Italian people seem to have a passion for the food.
They have a passion for a lot of things, but
it's
the food.
The food. And it's
like,
fresh.
Tell them about Filippo cooking carbonara.
Yeah, so
night.
we have our foreign exchange student, Filippo, cooked pasta carbonara the other night. I think there was just 4 ingredients.
That's it, yeah, simple.
And it tasted like no pasta I'd ever had before. It was just magnificent.
Well, did you see when so you take the egg yolks and you beat them,
cheese.
And then you grate the pecorino romano and I think I said that right, and the Parmigiano Reggiano, which is different. Their Parmesan is different than ours. I learned this at Trader Joe's with Filippo. He's like, no, you have to get this one. So he's mixing the cheeses in and with the eggs, and then he brings it up and he smells it, and he knows by the smell which cheese he needs to put in next. Now, I've never seen a cook like that. I mean, I don't know if that's an Italian thing.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the measuring spoons come out.
He didn't measure
anything.
anything.
By smell.
And then he's cooking the pancetta, and do you see? And he's like, do you smell the flavors being released? And he's smelling, and it's like this sensual experience with the food that I'm like, and when you slow down and you take the time to cook your food and taste it and smell it, it really is a sensual experience.
Yeah. So let's talk about the money. Money. It's affordable to live in Italy. Now, the cost of living isn't sky high. Of course, when you go into the cities, it's a little pricier.
Rome or Florence,
but real estate, we've done a little bit of research there, and we're like, holy smokes! Oh my God, you can get this for this amount of money. It's like, whoa, exciting!
It's really fun to look at properties on the internet.
Dream a little dream.
It's my new favorite pastime is to search for homes in different regions.
I could live there.
I could live there, and it's funny because There's lots of different kinds of properties we like, but the main thing is the affordability. In California, we would never be able to afford a property that's close to the sea.
No.
And that's what we
have
really
a small
want.
castle nearby.
We know there's going to be hard things, just like in life, but we can do hard things, as Glennon Doyle says. And leaving family will probably be the hardest one, not seeing them on a regular basis. We will still make trips to California to see our kids. We have 2 grown kids and 1 still in high school. We don't plan on leaving until he's,
Well, we'll see. No.
Now we're gonna cream this on high heat, or beat it.
Beat it, beat it. Turn the power on to eat it. Have money, it doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. Ow! Just beat it. Just beat it. So language is another toughie.
Centro commerciale non è nuovo. Nuovo.
In fact, Filippo said that it is a difficult language to learn, and we started months ago, and we're just taking it a little bit at a time, and those of you that have learned another language, you know it's not an easy task.
Fare toy! Fatti a fare toy!
Yeah, that sounds good.
But we fully intend to go over there and immerse ourselves in community. We want to be Italian, or as Italian as possible.
Yeah, we know it's going to take a long time, but we're up for the challenge because that's just who we are, and this is part of what we want. We could have chose a foreign country that spoke English, or predominantly English, but we didn't want that. We wanted the challenge of learning a new language. We can do it.
We can do it.
Right? We can do it.
And one of the things that's a little intimidating, and we haven't really scratched the surface yet, are the processes.
What's
the
intimidating?
Visas.
Intimidating? No.
All the red tape, and Italy has a bit of a reputation for having a thick bureaucracy. So we're gonna share more as we go with you guys,
as we learn more from
the details.
from other folks who have done this before us and are so willing to share.
Cool.
So we are so glad that you joined us, and we hope that you will come back again. So
yes, please.
Give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
We would really appreciate it.
As we, break down this whole process and you go along on the journey with us.
Andiamo with the Applebees. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.